In today's video, we will introduce you to the dedicated staff of the program office who are preparing to serve individuals and families with compassion, structure, and holistic support.
I'm Kira Horton, and I've been working with CCM for a little over a year. I am the care manager in the housing program.
My name is Debbie Garcia, and I am the Housing Services Program Director.
My name is Bianca Garcia. I work as a housing care coordinator, and I also help with child services for all the children in the different housing programs of CCM.
Basically, what I do is when the residents come in, they will meet with me and we'll create a personal development plan for them that helps them with their finances and savings goals and bank statements and budgeting and all of that stuff.
I help coordinate tutoring services. I also interview. We hire tutors from Cabarrus County schools to come in, teach our children, help them with homework, resources that will bring stability to the children.
I came into CCM, very cool story. I was an outreach student with SEU, and so they had a satellite campus, so I was going to college, I was working practically full-time.
The way I came into this position was through a series of God encounters. My background is in writing and journalism, and I had been doing freelance writing and was trying to develop my niche, and I knew I wanted to serve nonprofits.
My friend Debbie Garcia told me that they were looking for someone that could help out with accessing resources for the children. They were going to start up their tutoring program, so they were looking for someone that could coordinate those services. And at that point, when she first told me about it, I was still in my senior year in college. So I was wrapping that up. I wasn't really looking that far ahead just yet. I was concentrating in graduating.
My pastor, my boss, she asked me to do some extra credit, participation to celebrate hope with CCM. It was amazing. It was a great experience. I was able to learn more about who CCM was, and I met my boss, Amaha.
The director of our programs was friends with my fiance at the time, and they were just met through a coffee shop, and they were talking.
Months later, I see Amaha again, and because he has a very unique name, and the way he introduces himself, he always says, "My name is Amaha," like Yamaha without the Y. And I looked at him and I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Amaha without the Y." Like, I made the joke of how he introduced himself. So after that, we just reconnected.
Things were starting to develop here. They had just bought the building. They knew that they were going to go through a bunch of expansions. And so the director of our programs, Amaha, said to my husband, "Is your wife interested in a job? Because we're expanding like crazy and we need help." And so when he asked that, I was kind of like, this is perfect timing. I want to learn more about nonprofits. I know that that's the industry that I want to serve. So I said, yeah, I'll come on and I'll work for you guys part-time and still try to do my writing on the side.
He said, "Hey, is this something you would be interested in and being part of the housing team?" And it was very new, it was very fresh at the time.
After I graduated is when Debbie kind of mentioned about, that the position was still available, and it correlates with my minor, which my minor is child and family development. So I was like, you know what, let me do something which, I just got out of school studying, and I can apply the skills, apply the knowledge that I just got from the study.
It just grabbed me. Like, when I came here, it was so fulfilling. It's such a great place to work. The people were so wonderful, and the work that you're doing is so meaningful and impactful. You get to see the effects that it has on people's lives in real time.
Growing up, housing was a big need for me and my family. My parents went through a separation and we moved around a lot. I think I went to 3 different middle schools in middle school, which is not normal, right? And so I moved around a lot, and I think something like this would have been so needed for my family. And I'm sure it was around, I'm sure there was something around, but we just weren't aware of it. So to me, to be a part of something and also expose it to those who maybe are just not familiar with the resource was really beautiful.
I fell in love with it. I just fell in love with the work here. And so I wanted to pour everything I have into it.